Greetings, Mech Warriors. Welcome to the grand finale of the Star League. We have 228th Blackwatch versus Steel Jaguar. I'm your host tonight, Imminent, and with me is Heimdelight.
Hello.
All right. So for those that didn't tune in last week, SJR won 4-2 versus 228th, taking 2 wins in Mining Collective and then 2 wins for 228th on Grim Plexus, and then SJR closed it out with 2 strong performances on Canyon Network. So yeah, and here we are. We're gonna settle it. The winner gets $420 US, and what does second place get?
I think it's like 42,000 and something MC, something like that. It's quite a bit. I can't remember exactly.
And second place will leave with 42,000 some odd MC. Decent prizes, decent prizes. Yeah. So we're gonna get these 1v1 guys in hopefully soon, and we can get some mech action going really fast, so we can make sure we get this all going tonight.
We're just waiting on one last fight right now. We have Core Knight in lobby. So for those just tuning in, we do the Solaris round at the beginning, which has shown how important it is, actually, especially with the last couple games we've casted. The D5, Osiris game had some importance with it. The this last SJR 228th game, I think the maps SJR chose, they basically won on, or did the best on.
Yeah.
And that was like, I mean, that's been starting to be a common theme. The teams who practice and try and figure out what map they're going to play on, they end up doing really well on those maps. And that's the idea of this pick ban system. And when people were just kind of like giving up that 1v1, you might be giving up a bit more than you think.
Yeah, any team that suicided, you played yourself for sure. Because what do you think is going to give you the biggest advantage in a match? A friggin' Lance assignment on domination that really isn't that huge to begin with, or picking the actual map you're going to fight on. And it showed last week when SJR picked Mining Collective as their first map. Like, hands down, super strong performance from SJR on Mining Collective. And it actually counterworked with 228th. 228th was able to choose Grim Plexus, which everyone saw that SJR struggled with Grim Plexus against D5. So they were able to even it up at 2-2. And at that point, SJR was able to come back around with Canyon Network on the third set of drops. It was between Canyon Network and Frozen City. They picked Canyon. They picked right. They clearly had a plan for both sides. For Canyon Network on the comm tower side, SJR pushed. And then when they were at the river side, Epsilon side, they had a little bit long-range mechs, so they had a plan for Canyon Network, and they were able to execute that plan because they won the 1v1.
And this 1v1 is about to start for the grand finals of Star League. Tonight we find out who the Star League champions are. Is it going to be 228th Blackwatch, or is it going to be Steel Jaguar?
Ooh.
So we have 275 tonners here, Core Knight and One Last Bite. I'm just waiting on them to ready up.
For those that weren't here to see the 1v1 last week, Core Knight took a dual Ghost right torso Timberwolf, and One Last Bite took a brawling Orion, which was all the SRMs were in the left torsos, and Core Knight was able to rip that left torso off and basically neuter One Last Bite. So let's see if One Last Bite makes an adjustment here. And let's see if Core Knight goes with the same thing.
Yeah, I think One Last Bite could have approached it differently. I think this time, actually, this is going to be a really good 1v1, because if Core Knight doesn't play this almost perfect, that could end up poorly for him. One Last Bite needs to use cover. If this is, the Orion Timberwolf that we saw last week.
It looks so. Yes, One Last Bite stayed with the same mech, and Core Knight looks like he's in that dual Gauss mech. Let's go in Core Knight's
Yeah, so
dual gauss.
One Last Bite needs to use cover this time. I mean, I said it last time during the cast, and it doesn't look like that's what's happening. It looks like One Last Bite's going straight for the middle again in the Orion. Core Knight, very smart, getting up on that ramp.
He knows. He knows. Oh, he's getting early shots on One Last Bite. Let's watch One Last Bite's approach in. He's shielding with the right torso. He may actually. Oh, smart move by Core Knight, because basically his Orion is going to have to climb up to get to Core Knight.
And show that torso multiple times. And that's why I was saying it's a
nice
very smart
UAV.
move.
Look at that.
Oh,
that's a big
Core Knight
play right
actually
there.
dropped down. I think he's going to get distance and just bank on being able to hit these shots right
Oh
now.
no!
Wow, that was pretty nasty.
That was
I'm not
nasty.
sure that was
Hopefully
very
One Last
helpful.
Bite can rip that right torso off. He looks like he's aiming for it. Oh no, it's legging him. Interesting. Wow, it looks like One Last Bite is going to take this one. Wow, nice.
Very well done by
One
Last Bite.
One Last Bite.
Not sure Core Knight should have left that ramp. As we were just saying, how important these 1v1s were. That cost map choice right there. I think if he had stayed on that ramp, he would have had a better chance. Personally.
Yeah, that was a poor decision by Core Knight. Maybe I wonder if he had seismic on him, or I like the UAV by One Last Bite. I thought that was huge. He was basically able to see where Core Knight was headed, and if Core Knight had just a little bit more intel with the seismic or with the UAV, he could have definitely made it a lot more difficult for One Last Bite to get close to him. Nice job by One Last Bite.
Yep. So I'm gonna coordinate with these guys. We're gonna start getting this pick band going. Give me a
So
second.
Team A is 228th and Team B is SJR?
Correct.
User was moved to your
So we got
channel.
Magician. We are getting Panic in here momentarily. Alright, so still waiting on Panic here. Alright, give us a second, Max. Sorry about that.
User was moved out of your channel.
So, what are we expecting to see from these guys? You think 228's gonna choose what map?
I know they're probably going to avoid Mining Collective. If I had to guess, they're going to avoid Mining Collective. They should probably keep Grim Plexus in the rotation. It seemed like SJR was very strong at brawling, so maybe HPG is off. 228 seemed to ban Tourmaline very fast, so hard to say. So if 228 avoids Mining Collective and Tourmaline,
I'm gonna bring these guys in here.
Okay.
Sorry to cut you
User
short.
was
No worries.
moved to your channel. Was
Okay,
moved
let's
to
get
your
through
channel.
this very quickly. Alright, what's up, Panic, Magician?
hello, gentlemens.
So, Team B is gonna do the first ban, that is SJR. Team A is 228. And if you want to take that away, Emily?
Yep, just to review with everybody, the maps are Canyon, River City, Frozen City, Caustic Valley, Grim Plexus, Mining Collective, Polar Highlands, HPG, and Tourmaline Desert. So, SJR, you ban first, sirs.
Ban Frozen.
SJR bans Frozen, on to you, 228.
Ban Caustic.
228 bans Caustic, and on to you, SJR.
Ban River City.
SJR bans River City, on to you, 228 for the next ban.
Ban Canyon.
228 bans Canyon, SJR, you're up.
Grim.
SJR bans Grim, Plexus, 228. Select from the last 4 maps.
Ban
Tough choice.
Manifold.
2/8 bans Manifold, leaving SGR with the last ban.
Ban Polar.
SGR bans Polar, so that leaves 2/8 with Mining Collective and Tourmaline Desert to choose from.
Hold on a second. We'll choose Tourmaline Desert.
Yeah, okay. So for drop 1, we're going to do Tourmaline.
All right, perfect.
Okay.
So mining and Tourmaline are removed from the map pool as well for the next go around. We'll bring you guys back in after this. So 2/8 pick the map first, so they are team 1. We're going to invite them in very shortly, get SJR in, and then we'll get these guys back in here for more pick ban after that.
User was moved out of your channel. User was moved out of your channel.
So Tourmaline.
What a bad. All right, so like I was saying last week, 2/8 was hitting Tourmaline Desert pretty fast in the bans, and then they wound up getting stuck with it on the way back. Oh, they're stuck between Mining Collective and Tourmaline. So, oh man, that stinks.
Well, yeah, because SJR is very strong on Mining Collective, as we saw last week. So I don't think you'd want to face SJR again in that scenario.
No.
Tourmaline's still pretty tough, right? Like, I think we're gonna see maybe a 1-1 split on this map. What do you think?
Yeah, I could see a 1-1 split. I think both sides are. I think it's going to be a 1-1 split because both sides are probably going to trade. You're probably going to see the 2 Battle Master. You're probably going to see identical decks. I'd be very shocked if one team brings a Gargoyle or some sort of Brawl deck because I don't know. We just haven't seen that out of the high-level teams that have been playing. I could be wrong. Am I wrong? Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think they're both going to trade. And that definitely can lead to splitting 2 maps because splitting this map just because they're both pretty close in skill gap. So it's going to come down to probably a few bad choices by a player or 2. Yeah, I don't think it's going to come down to much. I don't think we're going to see anything out of the norm. What do you think?
I think we're just gonna see some pretty solid Mech Warrior competitive play right here. I really don't. After last week, 2/8 has got that warm up now, right? So I'm really curious to see if they can get started out on the right foot here. Because if they start out on the right foot, it's a significantly different scenario than we saw last week. I think SJR still has this momentum. It's been a week, but you win that 4-2 round, and you're 1 shot closer, than you were before, and you're within striking distance of that championship again. So,
yeah,
that's a lot of momentum on
last week was a strong showing by SJR. That being said, 2/8 just they may have stole the momentum with one last bite, or
yeah. Slightly.
Yeah,
I think that map choice ended up being more. I guess maybe they're getting this map out of the way first rather than something else. Maybe they've got this plan, right, where they know these 2 are going to get eliminated, or they assume if these 2, then they got these 2 next time or something. So we'll see.
Yeah, the good news is Mining Collective is removed from the next 2 picks, so there's absolutely no chance that they could fight SJR on Mining Collective.
Would it have been smarter for SJR to maybe ban mining themselves early on so that they could have kept that in the pool till later? Maybe they could have ended up choosing it next round or something like that, right?
I think you need to get bit by something like that first to realize to do it later on. So they'll probably go back, watch this stream. I don't know if they'll watch the pick ban phases, but maybe they'll take note of that, like you just said. Don't leave it in the hands of the other team to take out Mining Collective. And maybe save it for when you get to pick. That being said, 228 could just ban it when it's SJR's turn to pick. So yeah, it looks like 228 is set in their lances, so we'll get SJR in here and hopefully get drop 1 going pretty fast.
Yep. I just sent Magician an invite. We should be getting them in momentarily.
Yeah, we're rolling along quite nicely. I like this. But yeah, you got to figure both teams are going to be very prepared for this. I'd be shocked if they weren't.
So we got SJR in here. They got 5 tons difference. That's it. We usually see 350. Yeah, these are the same tonnages they used last week. We're probably going to see similar max, similar.
For SJR, I'm going to try to call their lineup here. Gut's going to be in the Arctic Cheetah. We're going to have, obviously, File Titan and Third Eye in Night Gears. We're going to have Quicksilver Colossa in the Battlemaster. We're going to have Wonka in a PPC Hunchback, and I think we're going to see Magician in the UAC 2 Hunchback. For 228, it doesn't look like they made any changes representing them or One Last Bite. Panic, Chrisman, Defunct, Adam Steiner, and Ed Meister. With their tonnage, I wonder what they're bringing. I don't know if we'll see any surprises. It's probably going to be something similar. 2 Hunchbacks, 2 Night Gears, a Battlemaster, and whatever light you pick.
I think that 2 light. I think having 2 lights is one of the, personally at least, I think that's one of the more superior strategies I've seen when it's done correctly in Star League thus far.
Yeah.
Especially if they work well together. It's like they could clean up at the end of a game, clutch, scout. Light mechs have a lot of weight on them.
I think the scouting is huge, and we saw it last week on Grim where SGR had no idea 228 was right next to them on any day of the week. There's no way that, like, let's say a top tier team is just going to let a team sneak up on them like that. Like, that just doesn't happen. I don't know. At least in the games that I play, it's really hard for a team to literally just be right next to you and no one saw it. Especially with, I mean, it could be a thing for our lights. Our lights are really good at spotting the enemy, and I don't know.
So right now we're waiting on Chrisman, and I'm gonna take that time to clear up the first, second, third place prize right now. The second place prize is 40,500 MC.
Very nice.
And third place is 40,500. And third place is 22,000 MC.
Nice.
That's actually a pretty decent chunk among
a great
a 10-man roster.
MC.
So
yeah. So what is that? 1,000 per or whatever.
Yeah.
That's not bad. I mean, hey, for just playing a couple matches you wanted to play anyway. I mean, people love competitive play, so. Hey, I would take that. I would take those prizes.
Yeah. And that being said, we're going into the first 6v6 drop of the Star League Grand Finals. And this is going to determine a lot. I think there's a lot of pressure riding on both of these teams right now. They're going to come into this drop, and this is going to decide the momentum maybe for the next drop. I'm going to go over to blue. I'm going to get a sneak peek at these drop ships here.
Yeah.
Right now I see Defunct in a Night Gear, Chrisman in a Night Gear, Archon Adam Steiner in a Gargoyle. I'm going to head over to the other drop ship. So
what
a
are the two
Gargoyle deck. Novas. You got Panic and One Last Bite and Novas. So this looks like a brawl deck of some sort. And then you got Ed Meister in the Locust. So they're not opting for the 2 lights. They're opting for 2 Night Gears, 2 Novas. And yeah, that's a little bit different. And a Gargoyle.
Actually, different here lineup for SJR. We got the Battlemaster, 2 Night Gears, a Hunchback, and 2 lights. Interesting.
So Magician's in that Spider. He has been playing lights lately. I remember seeing some of that. Gut is in the Arctic Cheetah. They're just kind of doing scouting positions right now, and 228 seems to be holed up behind the Spire platform area, but they are kind of pushing up left to the center point a bit.
This is actually going to be quite difficult for 228 to breach and for a push. I mean, look where SJR is positioned. They have center spire, they have spire on the right, and it's not like 228 is just going to be able to jump that gargoyle up there, and that gargoyle is probably a decent amount of their DPS to get in.
This is a lot of ground that SJR is covering. I agree with you. It's going to be but you know what? Let's see what 228's got up their sleeve.
Yeah.
You know, like on Grim Plexus last match, we didn't expect them to pull out of a low ground situation, and they did. But Edmeister at 50 already. Ooh,
that is not good.
That's really bad for 228. I'm going to go into his cockpit, let everyone know. He is hurt all around.
Really?
I think
Did you
one
see
more
what,
shot.
what got him?
A PPC must have hit him.
Wow.
A couple PPCs must have hit him or something.
Yeah, like one PPC, yeah.
So he's definitely been hit by a couple PPCs. And one more hit, he'll be crit. He could die if it's a side torso. CT shot for sure. So that's not good for Edmeister. He can't ride much longer. But here we go. We got 228 finally rolling out over to this left side valley from their perspective, right side from SJR's.
It's actually a decent
split
play because it's gonna isolate these two mechs on the spire. They're not really gonna get to shoot at 228, while 228 can get free shots onto File Titan and Wonka, who are on the top right spire. And I don't know if the two guys on now they're aware of these two Novas are basically pushing up to that spire.
Which is and Defunct's overwatching them, right? So Defunct's making sure that those Night Gears can't shoot the Novas. You got the Night Gears falling off of the spire.
They pushed them off
this was
successfully.
this was SJR's initial setup, right? They said it's okay, we got the attrition.
They got a lot of attrition. I don't know if SGR is aware how hurt 228 is. It's very difficult to figure out, but
if they're getting radar, you know, info occasionally, it should do it.
I guess that was a push for that beacon or whatever that gets the time back to 1 minute.
Because SJR got the 10 seconds.
Yeah,
off
they got the 10 seconds off.
Right.
Yep.
So the Novas are moving up on the left a bit as well. So this is going to be an interesting play for 228 right here. I think Panic's taking way too much damage to be pushing like that.
All of 228 is hurt except for Adam Steiner. It's not.
Panic's left
enough.
torso is completely open as well. His right torso is about to open up.
228 just honestly needs to take a step back and tie this. This is one of those team awareness things where guys have got to be saying, I am hurt, and everyone else needs to really just understand the situation as a whole, that your whole team is hurt.
It's interesting because they didn't really pull back. They aren't really going for the tie. They're actually going to just hold this spire, and Edmeister is going to sit with them. And then these two Night Gears, or the one Night Gear and the Spider, are probably just going to keep shooting down. That ER large Battlemaster on that spire is just dealing way too much damage. I'm surprised 228 isn't using more strikes on it right now. Or maybe they already have.
Yeah, I haven't seen that many strikes go off.
Panic is getting lit up on this push on this, or not Panic, one last bite.
That was just a bad place to go in. There's really not much that he could have accomplished there. There's no way SGR doesn't realize that they're really hurt.
They know. SJR knows, and they're going to take
wonder if the
advantage of it,
Magician
I
is going to get aggressive. Let's take a look and see.
There's absolutely no way SJR isn't going to be more aggressive
And
here.
a UAV goes up for 228. Magician sees it, I hope, and I'm hoping he backs off that UAV. He's going to get... Wow, this angle by Magician is going to be pretty solid. Nice
he might be
Magician.
able to actually kill one last bite, which would be...
Target acquired.
Oh, he sees them retreating back to their Overwatch. Magician is just
New
making
target
them pay.
acquired.
Yeah, he is just farming these Novas right now.
And meanwhile, in the middle of the map,
This is for free.
the rest of 228 cannot hold this middle of the map. Adam Steiner is just sitting there in the gargoyle.
They, 228
nothing
needs
much
to
he
tie
could do.
this up. SGR actually realizes they're hurt. Look at Wonka and File Titan move straight up to the center. They're gonna finish this. Quicksilver's already down too. I didn't see that. He's gonna be at Theta. They're gonna finish this. Great call by SJR. They don't want to tie this. They're gonna go for the W here.
It is a map they chose. Or no, it's a map 228 chose. So we know that if SJR can get this, they have a map that they chose next round as well. This is going to be bad for 228.
The Panic Button's Nova's going to be in, but he's going to get wiped out in like one shot. Actually, he's tanking quite well.
I think they've lost a lot of weaponry. That's the takeaway from that, unfortunately.
Oh, now they're just in the same spot. I don't think they can hold out for 3 minutes.
No, there's no way. This is SJR's game. There down goes Chrisman, first mech after.
The Magician takes out Defunct, Third Eye takes out Edmeister, File Titan's Panic, this is going to slide. Adam Steiner's doing the best he can to try to deal some damage. Magician takes him out. Oh, wow, this is well played by SJR. I honestly think this was lost in the mech lab.
Yeah, I think this is a side that it's a little bit more difficult to push from on domination.
Yeah, there isn't a single team that hasn't taken these spires. Like, that's I would say that's not doing your homework. Every team has taken the center spire and the right spire. Like,
this is a blowout. This is the biggest defeat in a round I think we've seen.
Yeah, straight 6-0. We have
5 damage from a Locust, 0 from a Nova.
The Novas combined at 47. Yeah, that was a
683 from File Titan, 512 out of that Battlemaster. I mean, that guy had a field day. The Battlemaster on the Spire.
Oh, uncontested.
Obviously, File Titan was just running in, smashing
think about
guys too. They don't have anything to shoot back with.
Their whole team was basically trading with all of SGR was trading with 2 of 228's Night Gears. Like, you're gonna lose that every time. I'm sorry, 5 of SJR's mechs was trading with 2 of 228's mechs. You're gonna lose that absolutely every time. There's no way. That's a shame. But I'm hoping 228 makes the adjustment and uses almost the same positioning that SJR does, and you got to crack that. You have to crack that formula. So let's update the score here. Steel Jag takes the first drop, and they are up 1-0 currently.
Yep. So I'm going to reinvite. So 228 is going to be team 2 for this round. So we'll see if they take a long range deck instead. I think we're likely to see 228 take a long range deck instead, or I'd assume they would, because that's kind of what they've done well on Tourmaline with. I'm surprised that they're taking other styles of not only other mech styles, but playing differently on these maps too. Kind of balling up, and they seem a little
out of sorts.
Yeah. Like there's they're working on that cohesion. Maybe
Yeah, that seemed a little off. I'm gonna chalk that one up to preparation. You gotta. I mean, what was the best case scenario for that deck? I wonder if they assumed that SJR was gonna push. I don't know. No team has really pushed from that Spire side. Those Spires are just too strong. Like, why wouldn't you take those? And yeah, I don't know to what end they were gonna be able to succeed with that deck, unfortunately. But hopefully they, can figure it out and tie it up 1-1. I do favor the Spire side, and hopefully they just take a similar deck, and 228 is capable of it. They have 2 PPC Hunchback pilots. I'm sure I know Adam Steiner has a Battlemaster, so yeah. I think they can replicate that. One thing I haven't seen 228 run though is the Spider. I think the Spider that's pretty big. The
Yeah.
spider just
That was when they were running up that ramp. That spider must have done like 100, 200 damage just
and
constantly
it's
shooting
just
at him.
so annoying to deal with. Yeah, magician only did like 200 some odd damage, but
But that was all of it.
yeah, like it's just, those you just can't get away from it, and yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame. And
So we are waiting on Chrisman right now. Waiting on 228 to get them into this Team 2 slot.
yeah, them being this slow to jump into the lobby tells me that they're definitely flipping things around right now. They're definitely gonna take this full 5 minutes to reorganize and figure it out. I'm shocked I didn't see the UAC 2 Hunchback, but hey, it worked out better. Now for SJR, I'm gonna assume that they're gonna use that back. They're gonna use that back ramp that Osiris first showed everybody on Domination Tourmaline. They'll probably stick the Battle Master back there, and the Night Gears I'm gonna assume are gonna be on the stage spires, along with maybe a couple of the Hunchbacks. Maybe one of their Hunchbacks will take the D4 area to get side shots on the guys on the spire for SJR shooting at 228. If 228 doesn't take spires, I don't know how they can win this unless they just push and catch SJ off guard. Because SJR is probably gonna split up a bit, considering they're doing the long range trading thing. I think that's the only way 228 will succeed with a brawl deck. So let's see. And if they bring a brawl deck, they really just need to commit right in the first couple minutes. Not even the first couple minutes. I think the first 30 seconds, you need to just go. You need to pick somewhere to go. But yeah, hopefully 228 makes the adjustment. If they don't make the adjustment and they go down 2-0, the good news is that they get the next map pick, so they can put their fate in their own hands and pick the right map.
And this is what really concerns me for 228 here is, did all this end up in SJR's favor? I mean, 228 actually winning the 1v1. I mean, that's a lot of that momentum, right? Because you're going, it's like that unstoppable force goes against an immovable object. You've got 228 on a map they chose versus SJR versus their momentum. And it really seemed like SJR's momentum just shot straight through. That was pretty much.
I guess 228 winning the 1v1 didn't have the effect that we were thinking.
No, quite the opposite, I think. I think SJR could care less about that 1v1. They were ready to come in here and beat him on these maps. I think that was the ultimate goal here, is no matter what map they played on tonight, they wanted to win.
Yeah, I don't know if it's SJR is prepared or 228 was unprepared for this. I mean, like I said, that was mech choices. There's just the path to victory from that side. I don't see it, you know. I don't know. And if anything, they should have got aggressive in the beginning. Like, you can't. Your two Night Gears aren't going to win you the game. It's just not possible. I don't care how good you are.
Alright, so we got Magician coming in here very soon.
Alright, so SJR is going to set up, and we're going to get drop 2 going, and let's hope 228 can bring it back, or else they're going to be in the same position they were last week, down 2-0 to SJR. And I don't know if this is going to, if they go down 2-0 to SJR, I don't know if it's recoverable. I don't care what map you pick. At that point, if SJR wins this one, 228 will have lost 4 in a row to SJR, and at some point that's got to weigh in your head. It would weigh in my head for sure. It looks like Nightbot is just owning people right now. Nightbot is just owning people in chat.
Yeah, Nightbot is savage. I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of that right now.
He's so damn angry. He's an angry elf.
What did you call him? What did you call him?
Call me elf again. I like watching that movie every Christmas. I know people like to watch the what is that stupid movie? Miracle on whatever street. I'm
What's that?
I'm an elf guy.
I've never seen it. That's how bad it must be, because I've watched Elf every Christmas, like
Yup.
4 times in a row.
I think it was Miracle on 43rd Street. Yeah, it plays on like TBS and a bunch of other related channels like 24/7, and I think it's stupid. All right, it looks like SGR's
Everyone's
greened up.
green.
Yep. No pilot changes from 228th and none from SJR as well. So, and SJR the same tonnage. We're gonna see the exact same deck from SJR, and let's see what kind of adjustments 228th made to make this even at 1-1.
I will go over to blue.
Okay.
So over in the blue corner, we have
Over in the blue corner.
SJR, I believe, Wonka and a Hunchback 2C.
Okay.
Ooh.
PPC.
Third Eye and a Night Gear. We got Quicksilver and a Battlemaster, File Titan and a Night Gear. And these dropships are moving so fast I can't keep up.
They're
got?
onto your tricks.
Who did I miss? Magician and the Spider, and Gut and the Arctic Cheetah. What do we got on 228?
228. We have nope. Oh yeah, kind of.
Oh,
Bagmeister and the Locust, 2 Hunchback, 2 CAs from one last.
I think
Panic
that's
Button.
a huge difference.
And
That's a massive
still the
difference.
gargoyle though. I
You know,
think-
though, I think they're going to play an aggressive Pop-Tart game. That's what it looks to me like they're going to try and do right now, at least. And they're going to throw that gargoyle in there to screw up some line. Right on this front right here, on this corner, we have a bunch of mechs firing at each other. Panic Button getting shot in the open. Chrisman, Defunct, Pop-Tarting. Wow. Right off the bat, a lot of action.
Chrisman and Defunct look like they got the better of those trades. It looks like Wonka got hit a couple times, Third Eye got hit a couple times, and very light damage on Defunct and Chrisman. Magician right now is gonna annoy CSJ Hill from this stage.
And look
spire.
at Panic. There goes Panic rushing straight up to that corner.
Let's take a look at Panic right now. Wow.
Wonka
Panic
down at 76.
is-
And here comes
is
that
228 pushing?
aggressive.
Nice,
Yep, I
okay.
called it. Here they go. I don't know
Oh,
if SJR can
Wonka
hold
is
this pushback.
looks gravely hurt right now. It's
Wonka
71%.
should be rotating out. Wonka should
I'm
be
hoping
rotating out.
228 scoots left. They're kind of scooching towards Chrisman kills
Magician!
the Magician. Are you kidding
Wow.
me? What a shot! I wish I
Wow.
saw. Are you kidding me? That's
Holy
huge.
shit.
Third Eye goes down, killed by Chrisman. That's a Night Gear down for SJR. Wonka's gonna go down momentarily. Oh, Chrisman just bulldozes Wonka.
So File Titan finally takes down the first 228 guy, but this is rough for SJR to come back
I
from.
think this is insurmountable at this point. I wish I got that shot from Magician. Edmeister cleans up File Titan. We only have 2 more mechs left. Oh, make it 1. Guts all by himself. Poor Gut. Gut's got to go fast. I don't know if he can.
Not with one leg.
Not with one leg. Gut can't go fast. Wow. Statement game by 228th.
So
I think we're in for a long night, buddy.
Remember that 1-1. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we saw out of this map. I don't think either team particularly is 100% comfortable and in control of this map. Certain maps, Grim Plexus, for example, maybe we'll see 228 do well on that. Maybe we're going to see SJR choose a map they like right now and do really well on it. And it could end up 3-1 after this. Let's get Magician, let's get Panic Button in here, and let's do this next pick ban map thing. And
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Defunct top damaging with 458 and clean damage sheet for 228th. SGR. Quicksilver and File Titan topping things off for them at 311 and 316. And yeah. Nice job by 228th. I wish I saw Chrisman shot on Magician. Chrisman with the 3 kills. He was out for blood. He wanted revenge and he got it.
All right, so I'm gonna get these guys in here. Sorry about the delay.
User was moved to your channel.
All right, we've poked panic button. Waiting.
I'm ready to go.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna copy paste the remaining maps. Team A is gonna ban the first map for round 2,
So,
and
Two
if you want to,
bands first.
Caustic Valley.
228th bands Caustic Valley, SJR, it's up to you.
Continue
River City.
pasting.
What's that?
River City.
River City.
SJR bans River City, and it's up to you, 228th for the next band.
Band Canyon Network.
228th bans Canyon Network, SJR, on to you for 4 maps remaining.
Frozen City.
SGR bans Frozen City, 228th with the last ban. Grim, Polar, and HPG are your choices. Oh. Put to the test.
Oh no. Ban Grim Plexus. What do you want, Magician?
HPG.
jeez.
HPG. Okay.
Okay, so HPG is what SJR would like. So HPG and Polar are going to be removed from the map pool. We're going to set you guys up a channel, and we'll get 228th in momentarily. 228th will be Team 2.
User was moved out of your channel.
Okay, so HPG and Polar are moved to the bottom.
Panic seemed a little happy. He seemed like he was in a good mood after that last round, at least.
I would be too.
Yeah, that was a statement right back at SJR that 6-0 that they just did wasn't going to cut it for 2-2. Like, again, these are 2 veteran teams. It takes more than that to put them down.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. I mean, that's the beauty of high-level competitive play. When you think something is going one way, shit just goes left. Yeah, that was a very good match by 228th. Yeah, I think Chrisman had a huge game. He was on point for sure. That kill on Magician, I mean, I don't even know what would have if
A side torso shot from an alpha, maybe? A headshot? I'm not entirely sure. It's really hard to say. I'd have to
I wish I saw it.
ask. I can't.
I don't know if you could do that. I don't know if you can.
I'm not gonna ask. Not now. Maybe later. Maybe we won't find out for the stream. But I'm really interested in finding out. I'm sure the audience is. Maybe we'll have like a.
Maybe Chrisman will come into chat and be like, "Yeah, motherfucker, I hit him."
It was a headshot. It was a headshot, guys. I just don't. I don't know. But that's what he would say. Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, it could have been a headshot followed by a strike, or a strike followed by a headshot. I don't know. Or yeah, like you said, a side torso. What's the full damage on a side torso shot that Spider can take? I don't have the math.
Not much, apparently. If it died to that.
Yeah, or one thing we could be ignoring is if Chrisman was at the front of the pack and Magician was shooting someone at the back of the pack, his torso may have been turned such that he got hit in the back right torso, or like a, it could have been a backside torso shot that took him out because he was just turned at a different angle. Regardless, that was tough. Yeah, so here we are in HPG for drops 3 and 4. I hope that we don't see a tie. I actually hope both teams go in the center and fight. I know I've said this before, but I kind of want to see that. So we have 350. I'm 228th has been favoring that gargoyle. I gotta assume it's gonna be all of the same, and maybe they bring the brawlers and go into the center. Yeah. And last time SJR fought, they fought against Dropship 5, and they got into kind of this little trading war with Dropship 5. Actually, the first drop SJR pushed and lost, but lost very slightly. But in the second drop, SJR and Dropship 5 just traded, and SJR wound up winning. So my first instinct is to think that Steel Jag is going to go to the center, and 228th is going to go to the center, and hopefully there's a fight. 228th has 1 minute to ready up, or else they're gonna get clocked. Now they're set. Cool. So now we can get SJR in here and get drops 3 and 4 going. We have a pretty good pace going. Great pace for the finals.
We got SJR in here.
No. Oh, Cornite gets subbed in for Gut. Mr. Cornite. I wonder what he's gonna be running. He's he usually runs Gargoyle, so my expectation is that Cornite's gonna be in a Gargoyle. Magician and Wonka will be in Novas. File Titan Third Eye will be in Night Gears, and Quicksilver will be in the that little missile locust he likes, the 3S I think it is. So yeah, maybe we'll see a brawl in the center. I'm excited. That's gonna be hard to cast, a brawl in the center, because there's so many, or camera too, because there's so many like pipes. Looks
and
like
we've got all green.
We're all green. Here we go. Woo! Drop 3. The current score is 1-1. Tied up in the Star League Finals.
So this is also a different start than last time, where SJR just won 2 in a row. The 1-1, I feel like we're kind of back to square one again. Like, SJR still has that backwards momentum, but this is a map SJR just chose. I'm wondering if it was chose on purpose to delay, like, try and use the tie to maybe get to another map or something. This isn't a map that usually ends in a decisive victory for one side or the other. But that being said, SJR has played this map and played pretty well on it, if I remember correctly. So I'm sure they got some strategies. They don't want to be... I don't think either team necessarily wants to be on the floor of the manifold. They're both going to try and maybe stay up top or use ramps and stuff.
It looks like SJR's got 2 trading hunchbacks, and then obviously the 2 Night Gears with Cornite and the Gargoyle. Wow, identical drop decks for both teams, except Ed Meister's in the laser locust, whereas Quicksilver's in the missile one. So yeah, it looks. We'll see Wonka and Magician on the walls, and I'm gonna venture to say that 2 hunchbacks for 228th are gonna get on the walls.
228th is pushing in. Just 1 hunchback out on the wall for 228th, and then the rest of 228th seems to be pushing in towards the manifold. They're not on the walls, basically, and you already have 1 last bite on this far left side. They're basically fighting off these SJR hunchbacks. They are not letting them get good positioning. They're just going to keep shooting at them.
Yeah, early trades, a little bit of light damage. Actually, Panic Button's down to 92%, but I'm sure that since it's a hunchback, it's probably just spread everywhere. Now
we see Third Eye getting a shot on Panic running through the open.
Let's see how hurt Panic is.
Target spotted.
Panic actually has a hurt red torso on the outside armor, and his right arm is already opened up. 1 shot should take it off. Panic's actually in a really aggressive position right now. Let's take a look at the whole as a map, or map as a whole. Yeah, Panic's going hard right now, and looks like Adam Steiner and his Gargoyle may be backing it up. 228 may be doing all of the same. Is get a little
That
trading going and then get in there.
Get that aggressive. Once they hurt a mech enough, they get aggressive and do some damage.
A key battle could be the DPS between Edmeister and Quicksilver. That could be a key battle. And the good news for 228 is if they do push, those hunchbacks on the wall aren't going to immediately get to respond.
Well, you know what's interesting
one last
is
fight here is being stalked by Quicksilver Colossus. I don't know if he knows he's there, but Quicksilver has to know he's there.
Yeah, he's got to have that seismic, and then Panic and Defunct are taking a lot of big shots from Third Eye and File Titan right now.
Yeah, Wonka's just as evenly hurt as Panic Button. Let me double check Wonka. It could be spread all over. No, Wonka's pretty identically hurt to Panic Button. They both had hurt right torsos. Panic could be... Yep, they're basic identicals, so Panic and Wonka are twins.
So right now I've got a pretty even matchup. 1 second is what 228 is winning, though. That is the interesting part. Is in order for there not to be a stalemate here, it has to be 1-1. How does SJR get 228's thing? Oh, whoa! What's moving up really close over
those
here?
hunchbacks, are they in range? Ooh, no, they. It's probably going to be settled. Quicksilver with the UAV up. Oh no, that was 228's wisely. Edmeister's backing up.
Is seismicking right now. I could guarantee it. And he's picked up Quicksilver, and now One Last Bite gets it.
One Last Bite's going to get a good angle here on Third Eye and File Titan. He missed his shot. I'm not sure. Or he was probably aiming for Quicksilver underneath the bridge there. Ooh, this is a little bit of a waste of heat right now.
So 228 is rounding up their team. They're starting to rotate left from their perspective towards the manifold, and they're going to try and shoot SJR straight from the top. So we're going to see if File Titan and Third Eye can hold that corner. It's going to get really tough for them.
It is, because One Last Bite is almost like firing against 4 people right now. If 228 comes... Ooh, Defunct took a bad shot. If 228 comes over the top, I think they'll have a numbers advantage that they can exploit, for sure.
They might be able to pick one mech off or do enough damage where, they've taken a step forward, as opposed to this rotation game where they're losing more and more health.
Yeah, and even if they push over, it's not like those hunchbacks. Their hunchbacks are going to make you pay, but at some point they're going to heat up and the DPS is just going to plummet. And from those ranges there, it may not even be full damage, so I'm hoping 228 recognizes it soon. So just damage numbers, they look pretty even, but Defunct looks pretty hurt in his Nike here. Let's take a look here.
And what's really interesting
Left
is
torso on
both
Defunct, he's alright.
Both of these gargoyles that are at 100%. Neither of them want to...
They're going to be late game heroes. This strike's going to hurt somebody here. Oh, nice. 228 juke.
Dodged.
228 is balling up in the center. It's going to give SJR access to their timer modules, whatever the hell you call them. Or this is an aggressive push. This looks like an aggressive push. Adam Steiner's going to lead them out the back end. Panic Button's giving them a little wave of the hand like, oh, hey, guys, look at me. Look at me. And then these guys at the bottom are going to come out and...
And SJR's got to have this on seismic, right? Like, there's no way they don't.
I don't know, because they're all moving.
Down. They're shooting down. There we go. So this is going to be a little tough for 228. You got Edmeister moving up on their flank right now, properly. And Quicksilver's going to get in there and start just DPSing the mech that they're focusing. Quicksilver just took a huge shot. I don't know if he can hang in there like that. He shouldn't be. He should be doing what Edmeister is actually doing right now.
Oh, File Titan takes out Defunct. Yeah, it looks like these 228 mechs are kind of bottled up in this valley. They're playing a little scared right now. Quicksilver is just raining damage right now on 228. Edmeister takes out... Oh, Adam takes out the Magician. Is 228 going to turn this? Is this really happening? Cornot takes out Panic Button.
This is a close game.
2 mechs down for each side. Wonka's really close to death. He's definitely going to get finished.
Cornite is definitely that late game hero right now.
File Titan takes on Adam Steiner.
Oh, Wonka staying alive is huge. How many How many weapons does Wonka have left? That's
He
crazy.
looks like he has both PPCs. Quicksilver Colossus takes out one last bite. Quicksilver's going to clean this up unless Ed Meister can have some heroics here.
Wow.
Actually, Ed
That was
Meister
well
is
played.
center torsoed. We don't know what the situation with Quicksilver is. He could be out of ammo. He could be heat capped, but it looked like he was getting defensive or he was trying to get his buddies in. This is not over yet.
Yeah. What's really interesting is Ed Meister and Krisman are underneath holding it together, and SJR knows
For
that.
1 second. Yeah, it's like SGR either can tie it or win it by wiping these two guys out. So I
Well,
think
they have to push underneath. They're
Yeah.
going to lose by 1 second. They're going to lose by 1 second. I think they're going to try and run out to the. They're going to send one mech out,
they
to
gotta
the
push.
timer.
I mean, Core Knight is. Let's see.
No. Well, you would ideally send one mech out to the timer to go shoot the timer,
And
right?
just secure it a bit.
And just stand on top. Yeah.
Yeah, these guys are too hurt to push. Nice call by 228 to secure the center. They're playing at a disadvantage, 2-4 right now, and you really have nothing to
Quicksilver
lose.
didn't go for the.
SGR is mounting up to push. Oh, they better
Okay, so
hit
there
these
goes the
shots.
gargoyle.
Core Knight's going to come down. If Ed Meister... Whoa! Wow, Ed
Oh,
Meister kills
there goes
Quicksilver Colossus.
Quicksilver.
Let's look at Core Knight. Core Knight can be a hero right now. Wow, Chrisman
Core Knight
takes out
goes
Core
down.
Knight. Are you kidding me? File Titan takes out Chrisman.
so it's all on Ed Meister.
It's all on Ed Meister.
Ed Meister.
Ed Meister can clutch it for his team. He's center torso hurt. It's going to take... Oh my
He
god.
just has to hide. He just
No,
has
he
to hide.
doesn't.
Think about it.
No, he only has 1 second. Wait. I think my
But you get what I'm saying? He just has to run away, and he wins the round.
Oh my goodness,
Because they can't get to the timer in time.
That is heads up play. Wonka and File Titan are gonna try to come out to Ed Meister. Ed Meister is gonna have to play this perfectly. He's got seismic.
And
He's gonna shoot down. He's gonna shoot. Is he gonna shoot down?
No,
Is he gonna
he's
run?
running. He's gonna run. He
Wow.
knows he can win. He knows he can win if he just. So I think they're going. They one of the mechs does look like it's going towards the cap point. Is that
Does he
Wonka
have enough
over there?
time? He has enough time. To
He
get
has
over
enough
there.
time.
Ah, man, I would finish this if I was Ed Meister. You're going to need a clutch shot on a Locust at this late in the match when your nerves are going nuts. You got to... What are you doing? You got to just finish it, Ed. Come on, man. You played a little conservative last week and you didn't get the W. Go for it, man.
So how much health is on that? Can we see by any chance? Is he going to be able to destroy it in time? Oh, he did.
He did. So, big mistake, man. Big mistake.
No, I think both teams played that very smart.
They
actually.
played it smart, but I think Ed Meister had the advantage there for sure. Maybe he didn't realize how hurt those two mechs were, because yeah, we do have the vision of God here, but let's take a look at the damage numbers here. Nice job by One Last Bite and his Hunchback, top damaging for 228 at 429.
Core Knight the hero.
Core Knight being solid at 435. 3 kills for File Titan. He's having a good finale right now. That's for sure.
Yeah, and after watching that, it kind of shows to me maybe like we're on a completely symmetrical map. You'd think that domination would play well here, but it's sort of not playing out as well as it could.
Elaborate. I guess I'm not following.
Like that match, someone should have won. I mean,
Yeah.
ideally, right? Like that was as close as it could possibly be, without one mech winning over the other. So I'm kind of. That's crazy that Wonka made it out to the timer in time, and
Yeah, that's a heads up play. Heads up play by Ed Meister to I guess just play it straight. But yeah, if he knew how hurt those mechs were, he's gonna be. Yeah, I guess that's tough. You don't know the current health status of the two mechs that you had to fight, and you're center torsoed, and basically, yeah, one shot from anything and you're dead. Yeah, actually, he probably would have been dead by just getting grazed by a PPC in one of his side torsos with that 5 damage spread. So maybe that was the right call. I guess maybe I'm just a little too aggressive. What do you think Aurora would have did? Do you think he would have played it safe, or do you think he would have went for the throat?
I think Aurora would have played it safe.
Yeah, you're probably right. Wow, great match though. That's intense. That is really intense. Yeah, I don't know what. I think that push out of the bottom just didn't go well. I think it was executed poorly, and it's crazy how close that game was. That just a little bit of hesitation costed the match right there for 2/8. That's just like, does that ever go well, pushing out of the bottom like that? You tell me. I don't know. I don't think so. I think it normally goes poorly. Just because there's so many there's so many places you can get shot from, and the enemy knows exactly where you're coming from, and you have nowhere to go. You can't book it left. You can't book it right. You just have to go one direction, and then spin around. Like, yeah. That's whereas SJR, they had their way. They could expose themselves for a little bit, back out, show them other targets. Yeah. I would have opted for something different. But hey, they left with a tie, so
I think leaving with a tie is far superior to what they almost left with, which was a loss.
Very true. It's a very good point.
But this is a map SJR chose. Why did SJR choose this map? I mean, are they wasting this? Like, I mean, it looks like they intended to really win it there, but then had to just say, well, we have to take the tie. Like, we have no choice here. Do you want to take a loss? Like, no. If you could tie it, you try and tie it.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why SJR. They may feel more comfortable on HPG than Polar. Like I said, a lot of people don't feel comfortable on Polar, but they should. Like, Polar is not that complicated of a map when it comes to domination. Yeah, Conquest, it's a little. Obviously, it's. You have to really play Polar correctly from a cap standpoint and from where you decide to put your line in the sand on Polar. But domination is easy peasy on Polar. I don't know. That's how I feel.
Yeah, it is. It's a really open map.
Yeah, there's really not much. If you got better shooters, just go in there and shoot. There's not much. You can't screw it up that hard. But clearly SGR feels comfortable on HPG, so I'm gonna guess that's why they picked that map, is because they felt really comfortable on it.
I'm starting to feel like we're not sure what to expect from 228 anymore.
No, I was completely wrong. I thought they were gonna go in the center and brawl it out, and here they come, just doing that aggressive trade, as they call it.
Yeah, that's kind of a difference. Is SJR seems a little bit more predictable in their movements.
Yeah, I really like the way 228 is playing. That, you know.
Yeah, I think they're all over the place, and that's actually benefiting them to a degree right now.
There's no like flow to be had when you're playing against another team. There's always this flow. I don't know how to explain that. Does that even make sense, or am I just like talking out of my ass right now?
Well, no. When like there's that momentum thing. Like that momentum thing builds up after you feel like you've got some cohesion built and you guys all know what each other is doing and it's everything's clicking into place.
Exactly. You said it correctly. You know what each other are doing.
Yeah. There's no one's blind as to what everyone else's role is, and you know how to react based on what happens to them. So when you could have this cohesion, but if some other team is just all over the place and they've got the cohesion at the same time, man, that's tough to deal with. You don't really know what they're going to do. Whereas, like I was saying, you kind of know what SJR might bring. I have no idea what 228 is going to bring anymore.
Yeah, you have no idea what like they're planning right now. Like for God's sakes, they just push through the center. Like that's nuts.
And tied it after
Yeah.
they should have lost.
They
Like that
should have lost. That's correct. All right, let's see if they make an adjustment. They probably will. Their adjustment. They're gonna do the same thing, but this time they're gonna push from the top and they're gonna win. 228 is gonna win. Heard it coming from me.
Uh
Uh-oh.
Well, there's no drop ships on this one. Oh yeah, there are.
What side are you on?
Where are the drop ships? I'm trying to find them out in the distance. Here they come. They're there. Couldn't find them in time, but So 228 has a similar deck. SJR has a Nova. This
Wow. 2 Novas. Oh, they're brawling. Still Jag is brawling.
time. So SJR is not messing around. They want to make sure that they maybe emulate that 228 second drop now. They're just like, no, we're not going to let you go out of this map tying both rounds. We are going to take a round from you. And this is SJR maybe.
Do you think SJR
Gearing
is
up for
going to
that.
push? Or do you
Well-
think they're going to take the center?
Well, neither side, they're in a stalemate right now. Neither side got in the center before the other. So,
228 is... Looks like they're setting up on the wall, and SJR does not look like they're heading into the center.
they're going straight at him.
Wow. This could be disastrous for 228 if these Novas can get in. Like, even if 228 puts a lot of damage on these Night Gears, these Novas fresh are going to wreak havoc.
Which it looks like that's what's going to happen right here.
Yep,
And
and
you've
they're-
already got Core Knight underneath Archon Adam Steiner, and he's going to be able to push with Quicksilver onto someone and just destroy him.
UAV
This is
goes
bad
up
for
SJR.
228. This is bad.
Oh, wow. It looks like Chrisman is going to get pushed on right now. Let's go into Core Knight and watch what he can get going here.
And yep, Quicksilver's going straight after Chrisman.
Wow, Chrisman.
All of them are.
It looks like they're going
His-
for the legs. Interesting call here. Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
luck.
and his legs
Wow,
go down
quick
pretty quick.
kill here.
So that Gargoyle's next. We're going to see Archon Adam Steiner go down. within
Archon's
the next
already
5
center
seconds
torso.
for sure.
Acquired.
Serious
that's-
accuracy and serious focus fire from SJR.
They're not messing around, man. And Archon Adam Steiner's actually tanking quite a bit.
He's very strong.
Okay, so he lasted a little bit longer than I expected. Defunct's going to go down next.
2 mechs down.
Edmeister
for
takes
steal-
out
for-
Wonka. Okay.
That's pretty huge. At least it's now 1-2. It's within grasp.
Also, SJR's winning on time. So
Quicksilver takes out Defunct in his
now
Night
you're going
Gear.
to see Edmeister get shot at right now, and I don't know how long he can last in there. That's not
We'll
something.
find out. Oh,
Not long.
he gets
Not long.
gets pummeled by Magician.
So right now we've got one last bite and Panic Button. They're both hanging on the top right now.
Yeah, the timer's
And
going down, so they're gonna. Have
This
to
is
come
getting
forward.
harder and harder for 228 to hold it together on this one. Core Knight's protecting the bottom. You know, Panic's going to go have to hit that timer on the side if they want any chance at winning here. And I think that's what he's going to try and start moving to do. Maybe not. Nope. Looks like they're going to try and just kill Magician in the middle right here.
Yeah,
And Third Eye.
they may want to try to pick off a couple mechs. They do have 7 minutes left. One last bite takes out the Magician. They have 7 minutes to work here, so if they can... Ooh, wow.
Panic just took a huge
Third
hit.
Eye with a huge shot on Panic Button.
Left torso
I mean-
critical damage.
Another good shot by Third Eye here. He needs to back off and chill out.
Because Panic is starting to get a fix on him here. So
Yeah.
Core Knight doesn't want Panic to go hit their generator. So Core Knight's literally staring out that back entrance like, I know where you are. I know where you are. Maybe Core Knight doesn't know where he is. Is Panic gonna? Panic's obviously gonna be.
Core
able to
Knight's,
get
Core
this in
Knight's gonna
time,
push out.
right?
Let's see what he does.
Oh,
Core Knight
there he
has
goes.
Oh, he just sensed them on seismic.
One last bite's gonna go for the timer. That's what's gonna happen.
Is that
right
gonna
here.
even it up? What do you get out of the timers? What if you
Yeah,
get
it
when you
evens
shoot?
it up.
Yeah, but it's 14 seconds. Does he get all those seconds back? with just shooting one of those things. Isn't it like 30 seconds or like 15 seconds? I actually don't. I mean, usually in domination, we just club the seals over the head and steal
We'll
their
find
money.
out very soon.
Yeah. Is he? Whoa! They're bracketing. Looks like they're bracketing Core Knight right now. So Core Knight's gonna go back in and hide. So they have 5 minutes to work here. These two hunchbacks have 5 minutes to work. Let's see what they can come up with. Yeah.
What an interesting stalemate again on HPG. You've obviously got it's 4-2 SJR again, but there's no light this time. It's two hunchbacks with PPCs. They could easily be pushed by these last four SJR mechs.
Yeah, let's see. And Panic Button's pretty hurt. They may not be aware, although Third Eye's got to know when he shot him, he got that component destruction. I mean, when you get that component destruction and you see exactly where you shot, you know what you ripped off of a mech. Especially a hunchback. You definitely,
Yeah, if you shot off a side torso,
you kind of know, like, right off the bat. Alright,
so they're going to try and keep pinning these exits of the manifold and just getting pot shots on the inside. And I think they're just going to even up the timer at the end. That's what I'm guessing 228's strategy is here.
Let's see the positioning of SJR. Yeah, I bet you it's each guy in a corner.
Yep.
Kinda. Yep. Quicksilver is... Wow, Quicksilver's fresh, but he only has 84 rounds. I mean, that's enough to kill a hunchback. I would send, at minimum, I would send Quicksilver out there if I was SJR. I mean, what's the point of a tie when you're up 4-2 right now? Like, you just wasted everything.
I'm not sure if they know how hurt 228 is.
Alright, even if they're fresh hunchbacks, say you throw the... oh, one last bite's getting pretty close. They must... SJR must have the math done. I'm thinking, like, each one of these things doesn't give as many seconds as we think. I think killing one of them is not going to get to a minute. Maybe even killing two is not going to get them to a minute. Quicksilver definitely has both of them on seismic. Let's take a look. Yeah, he does. He knows exactly where they are. So, they need to... It's interesting.
I do think 228 is just going to wait until the clock runs out to even up these generators and then just tie it up. That's it.
I wish I knew exactly how much time gets ripped off when you shoot a generator.
I was under the impression it went back to full.
Really?
Oh, what's one last bite doing here?
Third Eye has
And
them on
Panic.
seismic. Oh, they're going in.
Whoa. What is going on there?
I think you're trading versus two mechs. They should just go for it. What is going on right now? Oh, Third Eye is going to light somebody up. What is... Quicksilver needs to engage. And here comes Quicksilver. He's going to clean these two hunchbacks up. Quicksilver takes out one last bite, and Foul Titan takes out Panic Button. And SGR gets the W.
Alright, so let's check out the score. Let's get these guys in here.
Wow. One last bite with 515.
Very impressive. Damage spread on SJR is pretty good too.
Quicksilver and that little missile locust is
He's having a field day.
he's having a field day. This is what he wants.
Alright, so I'm going to get these guys back in here and we will choose the next map. So it is 2-1 SJR at the moment.
Yes, 2-1 SJR currently.
User was moved to your channel. User was moved to your channel.
I'm good. What are we doing?
Okay, so Team B is gonna ban the first map for round 3.
And just to review, the maps are Canyon, River City, Frozen City, Caustic Valley, and Grim Plexus left over.
So SJR, which would you like to ban?
I'll ban River City.
SGR bans River City. On to you, 228th.
I'll ban Caustic Valley.
228th bans Caustic Valley. SJR, you get the last map ban.
I'll ban Grim.
SGR
Then-
bans Grim, and 228th, you have a choice between Canyon and Frozen City.
We'll play Frozen.
And Frozen
Okay.
City it is.
So 228th is Team 1, SJR is Team 2.
User was moved out of your channel.
All right, and the map's reset. So right now, the current situation is SJR is up 2-1 on 228th. And if SJR wins 2 more, they will be considered the Season 1 champions for the Star League, the inaugural launch of the Star League. You want to be the first-time champion, I would say.
I think winning Star League is actually a pretty serious thing because these are the 6, to 10 best players of every team, and individual gameplay shows a lot in these matches.
Sure does.
Decisions each individual player makes is really important versus that kind of Zerg feel of a 12v12. There's a lot more individual responsibility in this.
Yeah.
Because if you screw up, it could cost your whole team, and 5v6 is not easy. But it's possible. But yeah.
A lot more mistakes can be made in the 8v8, 12v12 realm, but one mistake here and you're...
And I don't mean just dying, right? Like, because in 11 versus 12, one mech dying, it's important, but it's not important enough where you could just run into the other team, because 11 mechs can still take your team out in a bad scenario. In a 6v6, every shot starts to matter.
Every single
you
shot
get hit
matters.
you take damage where you don't want to take damage. Well, shit, man, it's not like someone else can start tanking for you. Like, it's not like someone else is gonna put themselves. They can't. There's a finite amount of rotating teammates can do to be taking damage, to be trying to get shot opportunities, and there's a limit. You start to really get to the point where, like, I can't get shot anymore. What do we do? And it's like, shit, I shouldn't have done that earlier. I shouldn't have done this earlier.
Yeah, armor just means everything in these matches. I mean, just look at it. Sometimes, in that last HPG tie, like, if there was just a little bit more armor for 228th, they would have won. It's crazy. Every little thing matters in this 6v6. It's like you said, it comes down to individual choices. But it's still 2-1. It's still 2-1. We still have a couple more matches to go. Minimum of 2 matches to go. Frozen City this is a weird map. I don't know if comp teams feel super comfortable on this map just yet.
No, not particularly. You have a huge valley in the middle, right? 2 ridges on each side, and it's like these offset spawn locations. So it kind of makes this weird asymmetrical scenario where it's not necessarily asymmetrical. Each side has its own unique points, obviously, but the common thing is there's the domination point in the middle of the valley, in the middle of the map, forcing a lot of long-range engagements.
Yeah, because that ground is just really hard to cover. I think we watched a couple pushes done. I think Dropship 5 did a couple pushes on Frozen City, and it's very difficult if the other team positions themselves properly. You almost have to catch him off guard, really, to make it happen. I think we're definitely going to see a Battle Master for both sides. I don't know if the Gargoyle really has a place on this map. I could be proven wrong. And it's, you know, one team may bring a Gargoyle just because of circumstances that you just don't have the tonnage to play with. You don't want to drop a mech. Like, it's pretty hard to fit the 85 tonner. Alright, so it looks like 228 is locked and we're going to get SJR in here. Let me switch the overlay here. We don't want a radio cast. Yeah, I really think we're going to see a Battle Master. I think anything else would be quite crazy. I know I've seen a couple decks where people brought 2 Gargoyles and 2 Lights. I don't know if we'll see anything that crazy. I wonder if we see the Spider on this map. We see a Battle Master and Spider from SJR. Alright, we just need SJR to get in their lances and green up, and we'll be good to go on Frozen City. I'm excited to see what both these two teams bring to the table, because I don't think I've seen any of these. I think I've seen 228 play against Osiris on this map, and not sure how that went. I think actually you and Radic casted that, right?
Yeah, and I was just gonna say, what if this like ends up being a match that SJR or a map that SJR is good on? And I saw that Grim Plexus banned by Magician coming from a mile away.
I actually
right
thought he
when
was
it
going to ban Frozen right away, because he typically bans that map fairly quickly. Actually, I don't know if we'll be seeing the Gargoyle, because Core Knight's not in. We have Gut switched in for Core Knight, and Quicksilver has been a Missile Locust Battle Master guy, so if you're playing, you know, if 228 is paying attention, they automatically know you're getting that Battle Master out of Quicksilver.
Both teams are green. I'm gonna launch.
All right, here we go. This is drop 6 of the grand finale of the Star League between 228 and Steel Jag. Steel Jag up 2-1. 2 more victories away from the grand prize of $420 and first place of the Star League. Yeah, boy!
Alright, so I'm going to go over to the blue side. What am I looking at here? Got a 228, One Last Bite, Hunchback 2CA, Panic Button, Hunchback 2CA. So that's something we've been seeing out of them normally now, because they've been playing well since they put those in. Defunct in a Grasshopper.
I was completely wrong.
Ooh, interesting. Archon Adam Steiner in a Battlemaster 2C, Chrisman in a Night Gear, and Edmeister in a Locust. I'm going to screw that up every time, aren't I?
Alright, so for Steel Jag, we have Gut in the Locust, Magician and Wonka in the Hunchback 2CAs, most likely PPC Hunchbacks, Third Eye and Foul Titan as per usual in the Night Gears, and Quicksilver in the Awesome. Let's take a look at how awesome this Awesome is. It ER PPCs or is it regular?
It's an Awesome!
Wow. 4 ER PPCs, bro. Wow.
So this is just like Grim Plexus last time. Can SJR turn this Grim Plexus rematch, sort of? Not really. Around?
Wow.
Is this going to be theirs? Is the Awesome going to have its awesome day?
I
We'll
think
find
the
out.
Hunchbacks are going to just terrorize this Awesome.
I can't imagine it going any other way unless the Awesome takes advantage of some serious shots.
I guess, yeah. I mean, I guess these Hunchbacks are going to have to... Some early trading
So,
going on. Wonka's...
SJR already has 15 seconds off the clock, so that's a huge benefit for them.
Edmeister standing by the Titanic right now. Let's see what kind of positioning he has. Wow, it looks like SJR's they're kind of just hanging out here in the lower city area.
You got one last bite pushing up really close on that lower angle next to the bridge over there. And he's still pushing up. There he goes. He's like, no one sees me yet. Why should I stop? And there he goes. He's going to start getting... Oh, he's a laser hunchback.
Wow, I was not expecting that.
Oh,
Let's see what kind of
Target spotted. Primary.
60 are mediums.
Oh,
and
this
he
is a
just
bad
overheated.
shutdown. They need to make him pay. I don't know if they can.
I don't think they can. No, he was a tactical shutdown imminent, of course.
I wonder how much damage this hunchback is going to do.
Looks like SJR is losing these earlier trades.
Yeah, we have File Titan already at 79%. Good strike.
Chrisman is down to 80 now.
Yeah,
but
he just took a lot of that in the strike, though, so it's probably spread out.
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
a lot of these. Panic
Yeah,
is at
he's
82.
Look at these spread. Chrisman
So it's pretty even. It's pretty even still. We have yet to really see anything change that significantly.
yeah, and it looks like SGR has kind of the high ground. 228 is a bit of in the low
Ooh.
spot. And one of their
Panic is
trading
missing
mixes
his right arm.
real far back.
Panic is also missing a right arm, and his right torso is pretty hurt in that hunchback. Actually, I didn't realize that. So he's being aggressive. One last bite's being. Oh, what's he shooting at over there? Oh, they're gonna get gut. They're gonna get gut in the locust.
Oh, is Gut
underneath
going to
this
get
bridge.
picked off?
They might. They might.
I don't know if Panic Button can see Gut. He's going to see him right
Oh,
now.
Gut's gonna make a run for it.
Wow.
Wow.
These
this
laser
is brutal.
hunchbacks are very good against this locust.
And
'cause just
SJR is
any
gonna
little bit of
push.
Damage. Edmeister kills Gut. SJR is going to have to push right now. They're going to be pushing into these laser hunchbacks. Oh, that's going to be.
not
Chrisman
too
takes out
out.
File Titan.
Wow.
SJR is down 2 mechs right now. Wow. Panic Button looks like he just got a nice burn on the Magician. Let's watch. Panic
Oh, that
Button-
was a close strike.
Oh, Quicksilver lost half of his weapons. I would almost ignore it. That mech is going to be just too hot. Wow, these laser hunchbacks were a very good call.
That's a lot
Oh, that
of
was a
damage
big strike.
concentrated.
I don't know if you just saw that strike.
SJR's pushing. I did. They're pushing on Chrisman in one last bite right now. They're going to try and turn this back to 4-4.
They could turn 4-4 if they get Chrisman in. Who's in the back here? What is this? Defunct in his
Edmeister took a little
Grasshopper.
bit too long.
Interesting.
Target acquired.
The Magician takes out Chrisman. Quicksilver takes
Quicksilver
out
takes out
Edmeister.
Edmeister.
Real quick, it's even 2-2 right now.
And SJR actually looks like they're doing okay.
And they also have these guys bottled up right
Oh,
now.
the Awesome. That Awesome is running straight down for the Battlemaster. He says, forget it, we need to focus this guy, take him out.
Nice tanking by
SJR?
Adam
Is
Steiner.
SJR pulling this back?
One last bite kills
Oh,
out
this is
third eye. I don't
close.
know. Defunct is 100% in his Grasshopper, and Edmeister is probably going to clean this up. Oh, Edmeister's dead. Fucking overlay. Fuck you. One last bite kills the Magician. So it's Wonka and Quicksilver takes out Panic Button. It's 3-2 right now. One last bite's fighting for his life
No,
right
it's
now.
2-2. It's
2-2.
2-2. It's Grasshopper, Hunchback
Grasshopper,
versus
Hunchback.
and
The
Awesome.
timer. It's 5 minutes to work. Defunct.
I
is-
don't
Yeah.
I don't think
Defunct's
there's
gonna
any
win
way
this.
SJR can.
Defunct takes out Wonka.
So 228 had a massive drop deck advantage apparently.
Yeah, one last bite takes out Quicksilver, and 228 ties it up 2-2. Yeah, I'm sure those hunchbacks have a ton of damage right now. Each one of those alphas is like in the 60s. Like that's fucking nuts.
So Wonka.
One last bite with
3.
580 damage. Panic Button a little low at 250.
That Locust might have cost SJR the game, to be honest with
He
you.
would have been able to pull off some late game heroics for sure.
Against the Grasshopper, 100%.
Yep, against the Grasshopper. He would have been able to finish one last bite because one last bite was fairly hurt. I'm sure Adam Steiner would have went down faster. Yeah, good move
2-2.
on 228 to capitalize on taking out Gut. He was isolated. And that's the issue with these domination maps. You know, you can isolate whoever is guarding that point. Nice job by 228.
It was very well played by 228. They were in the low ground. They almost kind of lost control of it at the end, but yeah, having Defunct in the back with that grasshopper was obviously that was obviously something that they banked on dealing it with damage with at the end.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good spot by Defunct. It seemed like he was pretty far back. I wish I got the range there. It could have been good. I don't know. I'm sure he was making SGR feel very uncomfortable. Oh, actually, I didn't get to spotlight how much damage the Awesome did. Did you see it?
I did not. It must have done a decent chunk because it lived pretty long and it was hitting its shots.
Yeah.
But not enough. That grasshopper was way too fresh.
Yeah, he was gonna be able to clean it up if anything, and there was enough time for him to work the angles, such that the cap timer wouldn't have mattered if they were able to kill one last bite. SJR, that is, if SJR was able to kill one last bite. Yeah, so 2-2 right now. We have the second drop on Frozen City coming up. We switch sides. That game was so close that I don't think either side is gonna make any changes. Maybe the Awesome gets changed out. Maybe the Hunchbacks turn into Laser Hunchbacks instead of PPC Hunchbacks.
I think we start seeing changes once the next team wins another point.
Yeah.
Because then what's going to end up happening is, you know, when you're up against that match point, things start to get very, very tricky. Like I mean, we've seen on a couple occasions teams go back and forth. 3-3, 4-4, 5-5, 6-6. We've gotten to 5-5. We didn't get to 6-6, but we got to 5-5 three times, I think, in the whole tournament, and I don't see that happening today. I think once one of these teams gets faced with elimination outright,
You think they're gonna fold?
I don't know if they're gonna fold, but it's gonna cause them to change things, and it could be really good or really bad. I don't know if teams are gonna end up keeping it the same way. I foresee that changing really soon.
Unfortunately, it is 11:19 right now, so after this drop, I'm gonna assume a reschedule. Unfortunately, I hate to say that.
No,
You think
we
they're gonna
can't.
play it?
We have to play it. I'm gonna be honest. We really don't have a choice tonight. So,
Yeah, I mean,
the skill tree might come in next week. I can't we can't have that happen. That's
yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if these guys are willing to continue on. I hope so.
Well, I don't think either team are. I'm not sure if we're gonna have an agreement on a reschedule. I have a feeling that both teams are gonna want something different here, depending on how things turn. I mean, like, let's say SJR wins right here and it's 3-2. They're gonna want to reschedule. Maybe 228 won't, or the other way around. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
I think at the end of it, we can't. We have to play out tonight. I don't want the match decided by an entirely new skill system. That would be a big mistake.
Yes, it would. Be right back. 2 seconds. I just use your restroom.
All right, so we do have SJR in the lobby. That being said, when everyone's green, we are going to launch. I'm going to let the teams know. So, the second round, we're going to have everything turned around. Maybe we're going to see some longer range stuff out of SJR here.
All right, I'm back.
I'd assume so. I think we're going to see some longer range out of SJR.
Yeah.
I can't imagine them. Can't imagine them keeping it.
Now,
short
is
range.
this side good for those laser hunchbacks? Will they be able to? I wonder if 228 knew that they could get up to that lower city area unscathed. I don't know if the same can happen on the other side. If you can get up that close without taking a lot of damage. I don't know. I'll have to look at the landscape when we get in there, but
We have all green by both teams.
here we go. The last
So-
drop of Frozen City.
And we go back to a new pick
We go
band
back to a
list.
new pick ban list. And like you said before, whatever team wins here is going to put the other team in a bad way because they're going to be one loss away from second place.
All right. I'm going to try and get over to these blue drop ships again. I think this is going to be 228 this time. If I'm not mistaken. Or no, it'll be SJR. It is SJR. Magician, Hunchback 2CA. Wonka, Hunchback 2CA. File Titan in a night gear. Third Eye and a night gear.
They brought the awesome again.
Awesome is back. Locust is back.
Command coming in.
Two things need to change. Gut can't die early, and they gotta focus fire a tiny bit
Yeah.
better earlier on, because I feel like if they had, they might have actually had a shot at that grasshopper. It didn't seem like they had made a decision to push right or do this or that until they finally had a really obvious sign that it was a good idea.
Just like I was saying, the two hunchbacks for 228, they didn't go laser. They went PPCs this time. So yeah.
So, if you've got that aggressive deck, if you've got those Pop-Tarts, in the back, and you maybe push with this laser vomit hunchback, and it just chunks things and punishes them, and it
Huge
can.
spread by 228. Look at the spread. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're right. And if you notice, Gut's already taken in a shitload of damage down at the Titanic
he's
over
taking,
here.
oh man, he's gonna get struck too. Wow.
He just missed getting struck. What is SJR doing right here? Are they just
Well, it's those
letting
individual
him-
decisions you were talking about. Like, this is a bad decision by Gut right now. I mean,
At
or
least
it could
find a
be
better spot back there.
The Magician's
That's
gonna catch Archon Steiner a bit out. Let's find out if he can make him pay and if he notices.
Gut is just
Wow.
dodging all of these PPCs somehow. It's just lucky. Oh, Magician's taking a lot of damage all of a sudden.
He finally found
SJR's
cover.
pushing up.
Yeah, SJR is up close to Krisman and Adam Steiner.
This
SJR
is
is gonna
looking
come down.
really good for SJR.
They're gonna come down.
Target spotted.
If they don't start pushing on these two mechs right now, it's
SJR
gonna be
went
really
to the
bad.
laser hunchbacks.
Yeah, Magician.
Ooh,
is
SJR is
in the
hurt.
laser.
Nice, wow.
Magician goes down.
Defunct takes out Magician. One hunchback down for SJR.
But the rest of SJR is still pushing in.
Oh, Gut just got
Gut's
hurt.
hitting.
Let's take a look at Krisman here. Krisman, oh, he's legged. He goes down. File Titan takes out Krisman. Edmeister takes out Gut. Edmeister, big kill on Gut because Edmeister could have his way. I don't even know where to look right now. There's so much craziness going
Archon
on.
Adam Steiner is going to go down.
But he's still tanking. He knows how to tank this guy.
Oh my god. He tanks so crazy right there. How is he still alive?
Edmeister takes out two guys while Adam Steiner is still up. He only has one DR large laser. SJR needs to stop fucking shooting him. Switch to something else. File takes on Adam Archon Steiner.
Finally. It took long enough.
These Overwatch mechs look pretty fresh. Edmeister takes out Third Eye.
Yeah,
There's
I don't
no
think,
way.
I don't think SJR has any way of coming back from this right now.
No. Defunct is moments away from taking out File Titan. Panic Button, once File Titan turns the corner, Panic Button's going to make him pay. Yeah, he's getting shot from 3 angles. This is... Oh, they legged him. Or did they leg him, or is it just really that slow? One last bite takes out Quicksilver Colossus is awesome. And Defunct takes out File Titan. So 228 puts match point up against SJR for the... And we have to go to a whole new set of maps. Amazing. Simply amazing.
So, the 228 damage spread is pretty fantastic. File Titan top damaging for SJR, Third Eye following close behind.
Look at that. A lot more mileage out of Edmeister's Locust than Guts Locust, unfortunately.
Both rounds.
Yeah,
rounds.
2 rough
That
games
was
for Gut.
Big difference. Obviously, one light mech player ate his Wheaties this morning.
Yeah, he
At the
did.
beginning, Edmeister was actually making some questionable decisions, but it seems like
He's
now that
settled
they've
in for sure.
settled in big time.
Yeah. Good job on 228
So,
to take
I'm
out
gonna get
Magician
these.
that fast. He was center torsoed really fast.
That, and I'm gonna get these guys in here
Okay.
right now.
User was moved to your channel.
Okay. So we are going to do this next pick ban. Get these this next map out. Give me 1 second. So there are the maps.
Full assortment.
Alright, so since Team A chose the last map, Team B is going to choose the first map for round 4. So that means Team A... Wait. Yeah, Team B is going to choose this map, so that means Team A bans the first map.
All
So,
right, so 228 bands first.
Well thought out.
yes.
Congratulations. We'll ban. No, we'll ban Caustic Valley. It's fine.
228 bands Caustic. SJR, your turn.
Grim.
SJR bans Grim. 228.
I'll ban Tourmaline.
228 bands Tourmaline. SJR, up to you.
Frozen.
SJR bans Frozen. 228, up to you.
Ban HBG.
228 bans HBG. SJR, you are up.
River.
SJR bans River City. And 228 bans the last map.
What's that leave us with?
Canyon, Mining, and Polar.
Oh, well. I mean... Oh, jeez. I would be extremely surprised. So give me like half a second here.
Time's up. Now we really should not be hesitating here. Every second is precious.
We're gonna ban mining.
Mining
We'll go
Collective is
Canyon.
banned. And we
So
are going to
SJR
Canyon.
chooses Canyon.
All right.
Go figure. All right, here we go.
User was moved out of your channel.
Get out of here.
Get out of here, stupid.
We gotta get this going. What do you think this is, a charity event?
All right, so yeah, we're going to Canyon Network. 228 is currently up 3-2. Yeah, last week Steel Jag won 2 in a row. So can it happen again? If Steel Jags wins 2 in a row, yeah, it'll be 4-3. We have to go to another map. Oh boy.
So I think 228 has made adjustments. I do not think SJR is going to have it nearly as easy of a time as they had last time. 228,
Oh, this is gonna be
like,
a dogfight, dude.
dude, this is it. This is match point. If 228 wins this, it's over.
They win the
It's
money.
over. They cannot let SJR get a drop here. They can't.
420 United States dollars will go to 228 for first place. of the Star League. Simply fantastic.
So last time on this map, SJR crushed 228 from what I remember.
Yes, they did.
basically. I was kind of SJR fanboying last time, but I'm not so sure that they can keep that going after this Frozen City. Like, Frozen City's a different map, don't get me wrong, but that momentum's starting to wear thin. I think they can't ride that momentum forever, and right now they're on their heels. This is a do or die moment for them, and unless they really come out and hit 228 hard, they're not going to have any momentum.
Yeah,
It's over.
What
they
side
need to
does SGR
start
start
out
on?
well.
Riverside or Com Tower side for this match?
Not entirely sure.
I'm hoping, like I talked about before in Tourmaline, that 228 remembered what Steel Jag did on both of those maps and what 228 did wrong. I'm sorry, not both of those drops, and 228 did wrong. Like 228 was just all at Theta. That's not the best place to be. So hopefully they watched the last week's drops on Canyon and made the adjustment, and they understand maybe what Steel Jag wants to accomplish on both sides of the map. Clearly, when SJR's on Riverside, they want to take the D4 Ridge and pop and range fight, and then lead in with Cornite in his Gargoyle. Well, actually, they'll be able to tell once the players are in what. Like I said, we were able to notice immediately if Cornite's in, he's going to be in the Gargoyle. And then Quicksilver is going to be in the Battle Master or the friggin' awesome.
So we're starting to see players play roles.
Exactly,
which
yes.
is, oh man, that's crazy. Like, we could say, this guy's a better Gargoyle pilot. No, this guy's a better Gargoyle pilot. But you see what he did on this match? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And the good part about 228 is they've kept the same lineup and just had the guys switch around. So you really can't tell anything from 228's pilot loadout, whereas for SJR, yeah, their drop techs have become a little bit predictable based on pilots. $350 tons for 228. I'm gonna assume that they're gonna bring the same decks as last time. Maybe they just execute a little better. I think we're gonna definitely see that large pulse Battle Master. And like you said before, Edmeister definitely is settled in, and I think those mistakes that were made last week, he probably is not gonna make this time. He's gonna be more decisive, and he's definitely making a difference in these matches. So honestly, that's the difference between the winning and the losing from last time. And yeah, so we have Cornite in for SJR. So yeah, they're probably bringing the same deck they brought last week. I don't know what side Team 1 is.
We will find out momentarily.
Yeah, so all four of them, Charlie, Cornite and Bravo, Quicksilver and Alpha. I wish I knew what side this was on. I'd definitely be able to tell you what they were doing.
Let me find that out for you 1 sec.
Yeah, I can't go to a website or else we'll lose. I don't want to lose cohesion in the stream. We're doing so well right now. No hiccups. Knock on wood.
All right, so Team 2 is... how do I explain this? Junkyard side.
Team 2 is Junkyard
Team
side.
1 is Riverside. Or, well, the railroad track side. How about that?
Yeah, perfect. So, based on the Lances, it doesn't look like they're going to go with that left of the comm tower aggressive push that they did last round with Cornite, Magician, and Wonka, and then the two Novas and the Gargoyle. They definitely have a Gargoyle this time in Cornite. unless they surprise us with something crazy like a freaking Kodiak. But yeah, I actually look for both teams to try and take the D4 ridge, and so they're gonna meet up on the corners. That's what I think is gonna happen. Both teams are green. Let's do this.
Here we go.
2-8,
Match
one win
point.
away from
Match
securing the first Star League championship.
Which would be crazy. This is one hell of a roller coaster ride between this team. The top 4 teams played a fucking amazing tournament. I cannot stress that enough. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of great gameplay between a lot of teams actually, but these top 4 teams, they show that they are the top 4 teams.
It makes me jealous. Like I wish
we played.
I wish I played in this. Yes.
Oh man,
Maybe someday.
someday.
Someday. All right. So looks like Steeljag has the Locust, the Missile Locust, 2 Hunchback, 2 CAs, which look like PPC Hunchbacks, 2 Night Gears, and the Gargoyle, as expected.
Yeah, and SJR, 2 Hunchbacks, 2 Gargoyles.
2-8 brought
or
the. Oh
2
my
Night
god.
Gears, Gargoyle, and Locust.
2-8 brought a brawling deck.
Okay, so this is...
Wow, look what they're doing. They're trying to counter that left side push that they used last time. You see this?
Yeah, this is...
Wow.
So 2-8 is... Or SJR is already set up.
Yeah, I don't know. 2-8 does have the timer, but they're not going to be able to protect the freaking thingy.
So I'm
whatever it
wondering
is.
if they're just like... If 2-8's trying to like bait SJR around this corner that they're about to go around and then just push them.
This is going to be an issue. Like, it's going to be these 2 Night Gears again, trading against 4 mechs. Like, you're just not going to
They
win
just
that.
shouldn't. They shouldn't trade then. They should just, sit back. Look at here. Yep, this is
Whoa.
exactly what's happening. Look at 2-8. Look at them. They turned. They rotated back. SJR passed the corner, and 2-8 is going to meet him right on this hill.
Oh, these Novas.
Here it comes. Here it
UAV
comes.
goes up from one last bite. He knows exactly where they are. And Panic Button's got to make this call. This will cement the win if they push in right now.
Panic has no idea, Magician. Oh, now he does. Now he does.
They're going in. It looks like one last bite's going to go in. Or not. Or yes. Oh, he's right on top of Alpha.
They look ambivalent. I think the Night Gears are dragging them.
scaring them.
The Night Gears are keeping those Novas back a bit. Those Novas and that Gargoyle gotta push.
Oh, they got to go because they're
They
just getting
gotta
whittled
go.
down. This is your
Oh,
only
stop it.
chance. Oh, they're going to get
No,
struck
no.
too.
I
They
don't
missed
agree
it.
with
They
this.
missed it.
I think they blew it right there. They could have
Yeah.
gone there 10 times over, and they didn't. Now it's
Yeah.
gonna be really tough for them.
Somehow one last bite's at 100%, or that could be my screen. It looked like he was taking damage. Whatever. So yeah. Oh no, Cornite could be making an error here. There's basically 3 2-8 mechs shooting at Cornite.
Oh wow, Cornite just
Big
messed
error.
up,
This is
that's
what we're
for
talking
sure.
about for individual choices. Cornite's in the bottom. He has 1v3
Is this
these
what
guys.
Cornite wanted?
I don't
Is this
know.
what they
I don't
wanted?
think so. Panic Button takes out Cornite for free. File
Oh,
Titan
Panic
takes the
Button
back.
goes down.
Oh wow. Oh my
This
God.
is a
File Titan
mess.
takes out Defunct. I guess that was
And the
the play.
Novas are the Nova behind. One last bite.
Oh,
This
Chrisman
is
is
a
low.
mess.
Oh, Magician
Magician
shuts
shut
down.
down.
Oh, they're brawling with the 2C Hunchbacks. Oh, Steiner's going to
no.
destroy the Magician.
This is
And-
crazy.
Third Eye's wheeling himself in.
Magician
Adam Steiner needs to be dealt with right
needs
now.
Needs to kill
Oh,
Prism.
Third Eye can't.
What can happen here?
Third Eye's getting shot from 3 different angles.
And Quicksilver's lagged in the Locust. Oh my god, this is 2-8's favor so much. This is crazy. It's basically...
Third Eye's trying to tank as much. Adam Steiner is just not taking any damage. Oh, Adam Steiner's going to finish off Third Eye real fast. Oh, 2-8 is going to win it. Magician is going to need to pull off something here. I don't know what, but he's going to have to pull off something.
I don't think there's
It's
much you
impossible.
can pull
Oh,
off.
Edmeister's just too fresh.
That was...
He's going to leg him, and it's going to take a grave error for 2-8 to lose this.
Magician. Actually,
Meister's
they tanked
keeping
for
it
quite
cool.
a bit.
Yeah.
And
Meister finishes it off, and
2-8.
that's it.
Independent Battle Mech Regiment Black Watch is crowned the first Star League champions.
Well played.
This was Arcana Adams.
Holy shit, that's a lot of damage. Wow, I honestly thought
He 2v1 those guys with charisma. That was crazy. This is wow.
that's I don't if I yeah, I don't know. That was crazy. In the beginning it looked great for
Chrisman.
228.
It did. It looked like they were pushing into a bad area, and then I said, I wonder if 228 is waiting for SJR to round this corner, because once you round that corner, you're in a big open river valley. Like you end up getting funneled into certain directions. 228 did take advantage of it, and then they backed off, and then they won. That was a mess, though. I don't think either team really had control. This seemed like a...
I need to watch that again. That was nuts because it looked like Cornite was throwing his mech away, but then when he basically turned 3 of their guys for File Titan and Third Eye to shoot them in the back, and they got straight back shots that basically one-shotted 2 mechs. I think they were one-shots. Again, I'll have to watch it again, but whew, what the freak? That was nuts. That was a very back-and-forth match. First I thought SJR was going to win when they turned the corner with... first I thought 228 was going to win when Cornite jumped down in the bowl, and then when they took out Cornite and then 3 of the 228 mechs died, I thought SJR was going to win, and then all of a sudden Adam Steiner just started clearing house, then 228 wins, and then... what the hell? What did I just watch? I don't even know what the hell I just watched. What we did watch was 228 winning, for sure, but... wow.
That mess ended up working towards their advantage, I swear to God. Because SJR could not focus that gargoyle, and that thing had a field day in the valley. A fucking field day,
man. It was so fresh. That's just gotta be awful. Is just being face up with the gargoyle, with the mangoyle. If you told me in the beginning of this league that the final match would be decided by a mangoyle, I'd have been like, you're the worst player I've ever talked to. Get the fuck out of my face. You don't deserve to be talking to me right now, so just get out of my face. If you told me that a fucking mangoyle was going to decide the final match of the Star League, I would have laughed in your face. But here we are now, the goddamn mangoyle cleaned up in the final match of the Star League. It's nuts. It's nuts. I kind of want to wait. I don't know. I want to wait to see the chat's reaction to the fucking that match. Like, what did we watch? I don't even know what we watched. I want to hit play on my Twitch player, but I don't want to shoot the audio down. I think I'm just gonna wait to watch it on my own time. Like, what the hell, man? Well, regardless, congratulations to 228. They are the winners of the first Star League, and
congrats to SJR as well for
they have nothing to be ashamed
hell
about,
of a tournament, man. Both teams, I don't think. I mean, yes, 228 is technically now the new #1, right? SJR is still within incredible striking distance. It's not like 228 is holding on to this big, they've got the belt, but they know it could be taken away. They know they're going to have to keep it up because every one of these matches was decided by, 1 or 2 things that we saw on these cams. And that's something... That's a lot of, like I was saying earlier, this is a lot of individual responsibility that rides on these things. Look,
I'm just going to throw something out there. The team that won the 1v1 won their weeks. Just throwing it out there. Just throwing that out there. You got 228 was able to pick... Who picked Canyon? Oh, SGR picked Canyon. Alright, well, could be fucking wrong. Yeah, but still, oh, that Twitch chat is finally seeing Adam Steiner's Adam Steiner's Mangoyle level people. Oh, I'm glad that's funny. That's really funny. That's awesome that a Mangoyle is taking the glory right now. Yeah, I need to watch that again. I mean, if that play by Cornite to spin them was intended, that's pretty brilliant. And maybe they just backshotted the wrong mech. Maybe they should have went after the Mangoyle first. But I mean, you can't make those decisions like in the heat of battle like that. You can't assume that a Mangoyle is gonna wipe out your whole team basically in the end. You can't make those assumptions. Yeah, that's just nuts. I'm just glad everyone got to watch a Mangoyle go nuts. Yeah, so I'm glad it seemed like everybody enjoyed the Star League, and I'm glad for that. The hard work paid off.
So I do want to thank everyone for. I want to thank all the teams who participated first and foremost because, every team who played, they had to learn a whole new rule set. They had to basically learn a different meta for a game on these maps, and like I was saying, there's a lot more individual responsibility, so your mistakes kind of show a little bit more, your talents show a lot more as well on the other side of that. And for all of these teams, both in NA and EU, to come together and play this tournament, and for it to go as smooth as it has, honestly, I am so thankful to every single team. Thank you, every captain, every team. This was awesome to cast and awesome to run, and I'm really happy I did it.
Yeah,
I hope everyone else enjoyed it.
Yeah, you know, we have no other reason to do this but to just for everyone to have fun, obviously. I mean, that's the only reason why I do this, is because it's fucking fun. Like, if everyone that watches this, like, I like watching the Twitch chat and seeing the people go nuts. Like, if that didn't happen, I probably wouldn't waste my time with this. I have better things to do. But it's just great that everyone gets to enjoy awesome matches like this and appreciate awesome matches like this. Like, that's just awesome to me.
On that note, should we sign it out? Should we close out this final Season 1 Star League cast?
Yep. Yeah, so for Season 1, the official winners are 228th Blackwatch. Congratulations, you guys are first place, and you get the $420 prize. Steel Jag second place with, I believe,
40,500 MC, which is about like 4,000 MC if you have a 10-man roster per player, which is a good chunk of MC. So you could buy premium time, get some mechs with it maybe if you want some.
And you got to play the game that you love at a high level against great competition. Like, what's wrong with that?
That's the most rewarding part, I think, is I saw a lot of teams grow as teams in this tournament, and players who had a little less cohesion before really looked like they had built that cohesion up by the end.
And I think we definitely got to showcase, like, I felt like people had a bit more of a connection with individual pilots, because you could see you could just see what they're doing. You know, like, you can't hide. And I guess the stomps weren't as hardcore in a 6v6 as there are in 8v8 and 12v12, just because of the snowball effect. But yeah, like, I felt like, individual pilots got spotlighted a little better too, so that's cool too.
Absolutely, like that last game. I think Archon Adam Steiner gets that MVP for that last drop. I don't even care if
and
it was
tanking.
Like easy.
The tanking!
Oh, you know what? He not only dealt almost 700 damage, but he tanked really good on Frozen City. That was actually kind of impressive. So.
Yeah, well, no, he tanked on... Yeah, he tanked on...
Oh, he tanked on a lot of maps,
He tanked on a lot of maps, so definitely shout-outs to Adam Steiner.
MVP.
Yeah, and
MVP
One Last
right
Bite
there.
had a strong series, too. Let's not forget that. Edmeister definitely.
And File Titan. File Titan had some really good games in the night
Yeah,
gear.
for sure.
He was making good decisions as well. So I think the star players from each team, it was kind of obvious to the viewers and us by the end who these names who we kept saying at the end of the rounds, and stuff like that.
And definitely the Magician. I mean, he played well.
as
I'm
always.
going to assume he was DCing, so he was playing awesome, DCing awesome. If this was a collaborative thing, then whatever. I apologize to Steel Jag, but we just know that Magician's the clear-cut leader. I mean, it seemed like he was making great calls and he was playing well, so definitely shout-outs to that. Like, that shit ain't easy. But yeah, nuts. And let's shout out third place, Dropship 5, right? Dropship 5, third place.
One hell of a matchup against Osiris, and then giving SJR a huge run for their money.
That was, that. I mean, I think I lost a couple days of my life from those matches for sure. So yeah, awesome league. It was great.
Yep. All right.
All right. So I guess that's it, right?
That's
thanks
it.
to everybody for watching. For me, I'm Imminent, and with me is Mr. Heimdallite.
Adios, Mech Warriors.
Later, brothers. Take care.